All right. I am back again with another video. I know it's been a while, so let me just get straight into it. Kanye West and the controversy and just everything surrounding him. I don't know how long this video is going to be. It's just going to be me sharing my thoughts on the situation, and hopefully this is the last time I talk about dude. Although, if you've been following me for a long time, whether it's on the podcast, whether it's on YouTube, or just in general, I always say that. I always say that I'm going to stop talking about dude, and I still end up saying something new, um, or saying something in general, because there's always something, even if it's mostly the same thing that I'm going to repeat myself after the last time of speaking about him. There's usually something, you know, new that needs to be addressed within a situation. So, if I could remember all of what I was going to say, let me just get right into it. So, Kanye West, for those who don't know, I don't know how you not know, but good for you for not knowing. But you're watching this video for some reason, so you might want to know. Kanye West he's in a big duty problem, right? He's in a lot of duty, but he's in trouble because of quote anti-Semitic things he said about Jewish people on Nori's podcast Drink Champs. He didn't necessarily say anything anti-Semitic at all. He didn't say Jews should die. He didn't say anything hatred of the Jewish community. He simply said a truth. But what we see, and if they get me out of here for saying this, I'm gonna keep this video back up anyways. Start something else. So, but what he pretty much said was that there's the Jewish community have control of the media, have control of certain banking industries or the banking industry, other industries as well, and just things that even you don't see. The Jewish community has control over that. That's all he said. Again, he didn't say and something anti-Semitic would be something like what Hitler was saying. These people are the poison of this country, and therefore they need to be eradicated. That's anti-Semitic. That's not what Kanye was saying. I know people are going to say things and say things like, or bring up Kanye's, I guess, supposed infatuation with Adolf Hitler. I'll get into that. But pretty much, Kanye got in trouble for a lot of things that others have said before. And others I'm not going to name because I ain't no snitch, or I don't like dry snitching either. I think that's corny when other people are like, this person said something, this person said something on their album, why you mad at Kanye? That's dry snitching. Like, it's corny as hell either way. Because if or when those individuals now get in trouble for something that they said in the past, which also wasn't anti-Semitic, and yet they get the title of being anti-Semitic, you're going to come up with the same cry and be like, well, why are you going after them? They went after them because you dry snitched. You dry snitched for some views on social media, or because you're a damn idiot. That's why. But just my thoughts on the situation here. So, as I stated, and this is in no way, shape, or form, like, I don't even have to like the guy. I don't like the guy. I don't like Kanye. Can't stand Kanye, honestly. But I don't like him at all. But I don't have to like anybody, whether it be Kanye or Donald Trump or just other people that I simply just don't like. If I see them being unnecessarily picked on, I'm going to defend them. If I see them being accused of something that they're clearly not, or being falsely accused of anything in general, and I think it's a problem, I'm going to speak on their behalf. And that's what I'm going to do here with Kanye in regards to this anti-Semitic thing. Now, I'm going to talk more about Kanye in this long video that I don't agree with and stuff. But as far as the whole anti-Semitism, as I stated before, all he literally said was some facts. These the thing about this situation is it's exposing people to the truth. These truths that powerful people within and within the Jewish community don't want out there. You know, maybe I'm gonna be hit, but I'm gonna say what I gotta say. Powerful people within these communities don't want these truths out there because they know that it's gonna, people are gonna question it, people are gonna look into it, and it's not going to look good on their part. The findings that that are going to happen if people start doing the digging. You start digging for something, you're gonna find something. And this situation here is no different. Kanye was not wrong in his mentioning of that at all. I didn't watch the entire interview. I saw the clips. At first I didn't even want to tune into the clip because one, it's Kanye related, and again, don't like the guy, and two, I don't really like Drink Champs. I don't like to give them the attention that they, no disrespect too much to Nori or whatever, but I'm not a fan of Drink Champs. So why give that podcast some attention when I could give my own podcast attention, or I could just give the podcast that I actually do support attention, and that's what I typically do. So whenever a clip of Drink Champs go around, I typically do not watch it or click on it. But in relation to this situation here, I just felt the need to. I'm getting a call from an unknown number. Might be someone Jewish. No, I'm not anti-Semitic. I'm far from it. I'm far from anti any religion other than Satanism. But no, I'm far from anti any religion at all. I think religion. Yeah, I'll probably do a video on that. Let me not get sideswiped. This video is already going to be long enough. I don't necessarily need my rambling of other topics to be on this long ass video. As I stated, yeah, I checked out the clip, and again, he didn't say anything anti-Semitic. He wasn't on some Hitler type stuff. He wasn't on some all the Jews should die. He wasn't on some I blame the Jews for. He could have went there for the fake Christian that he claims to be. He could have went there and been like, I blame the Jews for Jesus Christ not being here anymore. For the murder of Jesus Christ, I blame them. He could have went there and he didn't. If you were to tell me Kanye said something anti-Semitic, my mind would have went automatically, initially would have went there before anything he supposedly, and anything anti-Semitic he supposedly said. My mind would have went, oh, so he started blame. He probably went on a rant about blaming the Jews for the death of Jesus Christ. He probably went on it, but no, he didn't even go there at all during the interview. So again, don't like the guy, but I'm not going to sit here because I don't like him and say he jump on this bandwagon and say he said something anti-Semitic. He didn't. He got the backlash for, I believe, his bank. It was he was banking with Citizens, or I don't think it was Citizens. It was one of those other banks. What was it? Is it J.P. Morgan or something like that? One of them banks that I don't have, right? His bank dropped him. I don't know what that means for his money, though. Does that mean they're like, we're keeping the money, but you no longer have access to it? That would be messed up. Or are they simply just saying, you can take your money out of this bank, but you can no longer be our customer? Which is what I'm hoping is the case for him. Again, don't like the guy, but I don't want all his hard work, all the money that he's earned from his hard work, I don't want him to lose access to that, because again, that's a dangerous precedent, and that's just not cool, So I don't know what's going on with all that, but he no longer has a bank account. He was dropped from all the brand deals he was dealing with. I mean, he's getting into arguments with parents at his kid's soccer game. You know, he can't. People interview him, and then the interviewers are getting in trouble for it. Although they knew what the hell they were doing in the first place, interviewing him. They knew, in fact, he was going to say something controversial, and yet they still did so anyways to get the views. But then now they're getting backlash for it, and now all of a sudden they want to be apologetic about it when they knew what they were doing in the first place. You know, all of this is happening to Mr. West. Now, again, I don't agree with the backlash per se because I don't believe he said anything anti-Semitic. Now, where I stopped defending him in regards to, I guess, the punishment or just what's going on with him is the simple aspect that poor folk like you and I feel the need to take up for this billionaire or this millionaire, this guy who has a lot more money and resources still. After losing all his jobs, right, he still ends up having more money than us and probably has more money than a lot of us will ever make in our lifetime, if we're being honest. You know? Why do we feel the need to take up for some guy who has shown to be more anti-black than he has anti-Semitic, anti-Jewish? He has shown to be more anti-black than he has been shown in his entire career to be anti-Jewish. I'm not going to defend somebody who is clearly anti-black. Yeah, am I going to say, all right, you accuse this man of being anti-Jewish and he's not, when he hasn't shown to be? Yeah, I'm going to say you're lying on this man. And again, that would go for anybody. Kanye, Trump, Hillary Clinton, Obama, anybody. If someone were to say pretty much a bold-faced lie about any individual, whether I like them or not, and I know it's a lie, I'm going to say, stop lying on that man. Stop lying on that woman. Stop lying on that person. You know, they are a lot of things, but that thing that you're calling them or saying that they said or saying that they did is not exactly, it's not the truth. And you need to stop lying, you know, because that's not cool. You know, there's really no need to lie on people who are just trash juice anyway. They're trash juice for a reason. Why not just hit them with the truth? Why not just hit people with the truth about how this person really is? Kanye has shown to be more anti-black than he has been shown to be more anti-Jewish of anything. And I'm not going to defend the man. I'm not going to forget all the anti-black things he's said or done, or all the anti-black folks he aligned himself with, simply because he likes the clout and he likes the attention and all that other stuff. Because don't get it twisted. At the end of the day, Kanye West is an attention whore. The biggest attention whore probably in modern day. The man is an attention whore. I don't care about the supposed bipolar, off the meds, off his rocker. Attention whoring is Kanye West. He wants to bask in BS like this. Now, do I think that when these situations go on in his head, I'm not in Kanye's head. But if I'm going to play, I don't know, psychoanalyzer, I don't think he fully plays out these situations in his head that the way that they all turn out to be. I don't think he was expecting to be dropped by Adidas and all the other brands and the Gap and his bank to say you can't bank with us. I don't think he expected that full backlash fully, because I feel like if he did, now as far as the contracts with the brands, he would have to wait for them to drop him, because if he were to break the contract, he would end up having to pay. Whereas if they break the contract, nobody has to pay. It's just a done deal, right? But with the bank, he could have easily just said, if he knew he was going to be dropped by his bank before saying what he said, he could have easily taken all his money out the bank before that interview dropped or before doing that interview, and That's his choice. Any of us, whether we're billionaires, millionaires, 100aires, we can simply just go to our bank and say, I don't want to continue to bank with you anymore. I'm taking my money out. And most banks, I'm not saying all, but most banks will be like, all right, fine, take your money out. Simple as that. Most banks, I'm not saying all, but most banks. Yeah, there's going to be some that's going to try to, probably a lot that's going to try to keep you as a consumer and this, that, and the third. But ultimately, the rule is to let you do what you want to do with your money. You know, they want to give off the impression that they aren't there to swindle you, or they aren't there to keep the businesses interests best at heart. They want to make it seem as though they care actually more about you than the actual business of things. So they're going to be like, fine, take your money out. With that being said, I'm pretty sure Kanye West, if he knew that the backlash was, if he knew all the backlash he's getting right now was exactly going to happen the way that it did, he would have taken out his money. Now the brand deals, like I said, the brand deals, it would have eventually have ended the way that it ended anyways. But as far as him being dropped by a bank, and I don't know if he's trying to find banking with somewhere else or whatever, but yeah, he would have just taken out his money, and therefore when the bank, dropped him or whatever, it would have been like, cool, because I already prematurely dropped y'all by taking out all my money out this bank anyways. Go ahead and close my account. $0 in this JP Morgan bank account anyways, because I took all my money out of it. So, stuff like that, I don't believe he's a genius, but if he were to do stuff like that, I can see why y'all kiss asses would be like, he's a genius, oh my God. Nah, the man's not a genius. He's still an idiot, an attention whore. And, y'all are the real idiots, though, who fall for it every time. As I mentioned before, and I'm going to mention this again, this man has shown to be more anti-black than he has shown to be anti-Jewish. Never have I ever thought Kanye was ever anti-Jewish. But there are plenty of times of him being anti-black. He spread that misinformation about George Floyd's death. People try to justify that. People try to ignore that. His comments about slavery being a choice, that obviously rubbed people the wrong way. But then you had the same people who said they were upset with those comments, writing for Kanye and I'm not gonna publicly shame a black man. Y'all are defending Jewish people, and me simply saying Kanye's an idiot and I don't like him is not me defending Jewish people. First of all, before Kanye made these quote anti-Semitic remarks, I still had a disliking for Kanye. I still said this man just need to shut up and I don't want anything to do with dude. I still thought he was anti-black, and I still think he's anti-black. In fact, he's Mr. All Lives Matter. The man is making it clear and clear and clear that no matter how many black asses defend him, he's not going to do the same for y'all. But yet, y'all do this time and time again, and then, expect a different result. Or then you look at me and people like me, and you say, what's wrong within the black community? No, what's wrong within the black community, one of the many issues, is you got morons like you that look at somebody for their stature and think that anything that they say or do should be valued. Even when they're doing and saying some fuck shit. Even when they make it clear that they don't give a fuck about your poor black ass or anybody else's black ass that's not on the same social status as them, and yet you still want to hold them to a high standard simply because they've made it and we are still down at the bottom. That's one of the many issues with the black community. And don't look at me and all the other black folks that see right through Kanye's BS and think, oh, y'all are the problem, and y'all are the... Nah. You can't see through... You can't see past your own BS. You can't see through Kanye's BS because you're ultimately putting money and stature before your own people. So how dare you try to act like you're some pro-black? How dare you try to act like you're for black folks by defending Kanye? Yet the only reason as to why you're defending Kanye has zero to do with his black skin, honestly, and has everything to do with the amount of money and his social status. If Kanye was just some dude down the street who ended up just doing a video, right, and saying the same things that he said on a Drink Champs, but he said it in a viral TikTok video or just a video on YouTube and it went viral, I don't think y'all would be defending that man. Whether that man be Kanye broke or some other person, right? If they were to say the same things, I don't think y'all be defending a lot of y'all who are on Kanye's tip. Y'all wouldn't be definitive. Y'all would ignore it. Or you would just be like, well, you shouldn't be talking about the Jews. You can't talk about the Jews. You can't. So it's clear as day where your mind is aligned as far as who can say what can say who can speak, whose words you're going to value. You know? So cut it with the faux blackness right there. You know? Yeah, Kanye has shown, like I said, that he's more anti-black than anything. You know? So he's definitely more anti-black than he is anti-medication. Shit, if we really being honest. But all of that is I can acknowledge again the man's getting a boot for nothing in regards to the anti-Semitism allegations. But everything else that he gets booted for from me and other people, because it's not the businesses. When he makes comments about black folks, ain't no business shutting shit down for him. Adidas didn't say anything. JP Morgan didn't say anything. Gap didn't say anything. Any other brand that he may have been affiliated with didn't say anything when he made Situate. And these are brands, by the way. A lot of these brands, by the way, when George Floyd happened, when Breonna Taylor, when the protests and the riots were happening, had their faces plastered all in their ads. Black Lives Matter all up in their ads. Yet this man said something disrespectful about a man that you used his face for one of your ads to show how your solidarity to the black community. This man said something disrespectful about him, and that wasn't the final straw. This man said disrespectful things about black lives in general, and you claim that black lives matter to you and your brand. That wasn't the final straw. So these brands, y'all ain't shit, and I've been knew that, but like, it's I see right through that BS as well. All in all, you're not gonna get me to get on here and defend Kanye. At the end of the day, I don't care what anybody has to say about it. Again, I can acknowledge that the man his comments were not anti-Semitic. That's as far as my defense of him goes. The celebrity worship, even from other celebrities, Punch from TDE, it's the dick riding is crazy. I'm just going to keep it real. The dick riding is crazy. For this man who has shown time and time again, and I'm speaking to black folks specifically when I said these words, the man shown time and time again that he don't give a fuck about us. Once he reached a status high enough, he is one of those black celebs that believes that he just out-statused his blackness. Like, he just, no matter how dark his skin is on the outside, he will always be, but he's seeing, or he should be seeing, that shit doesn't really work out the way that they believe it works out. How OJ believed that, I'm not black, I'm OJ. And then he kept getting his Negro wake up call, and still gets his Negro wake up call, Kanye has been hit with those many moments. There's other celebs that have been hit with those many moments. But a lot of them still don't even wake up. They refuse to do so, you know? So that's my thoughts on the situation with Kanye. I'm not going to defend the man. Um, y'all do what y'all want. Y'all do what y'all want in the comment section. Y'all keep defending the dweeb. Don't expect me to, nah, I ain't defending shit. But myself. There's that. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And until next time, until next video, you hear from me when you hear from me. Peace out. One last thing I gotta say about the situation. I mean, the video's already long enough, so why not add some more, right? But anyways, one thing I really do like about this situation is not the fact that Kanye, a guy I really dislike, is getting beat up on. I could really care less about that. And simply just because I don't like him doesn't mean I like the fact that he's getting bullied left, right, and center. I don't actually like seeing that as well. But the one thing I do like to see is the uncomfortable truths, the ugly truths. Well, not the ugly truths. Well, yeah, maybe ugly truths, but the uncomfortable truths being brought to light. You know, if you are someone who is even slightly religious, you you would know things about the scripture talking about the truth coming out to light and things of that nature. No matter the religion, a lot of religions, whether it be Islam, Christianity, even Judaism, will talk about truths coming forth to light. The irony of it is, again, a lot of these religions will try to hide truths, knowing damn well their rule books, whatever their rule book is called, the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, no matter what that rule book is called, the rule book says the truth will come to light, and yet these religions, not just those three, but all religions, so relax, but all religions will try to hide some truths. But there are some uncomfortable truths coming to light. The more these things get exposed, the more digging people are going to do, and the more answers they will find. And that's the stuff that I love to see about this situation. It's going to be some crazy times. We are in crazy times for sure. But the things people will find out about who's in control of what, who controls what industries, the involvement, how long it's going to go on, jaws are going to drop. Let me just put it that way. I won't say heads are going to roll, but jaws are going to drop. Minds are going to be blown. Truths are going to be exposed. And that's the one thing that I really, really love about this situation. So if anything, I guess I have to thank Kanye for him being the famous person enough for him to even jumpstart the situation. But I am not going to praise the dude. Another thing I forgot to mention, him and the supposed affiliation with or factuation with Adolf Hitler. Apparently, a former associate of his, which you can't really take the word of a former associate of anybody, really, especially how do you know this person actually is a former associate, not just some wise ass trying to get some clout? 2, how do you know this former associate isn't a former associate for a reason? Kanye's a dipshit for sure, but it could be this individual did Kanye wrong and Kanye was like, fuck you, get out of my circle. And this person is still bitter about that. Now they're spreading lies. Alright? They could be telling the truth, but it could be a lie. But we're going based off of what this former associate said is the truth about Kanye. This former associate claimed that Kanye West has a secret infatuation with Adolf Hitler. And pretty much, if you don't know who Adolf Hitler is, that is King Anti-Semitic Jew guy, right? So, anti-Semitic Jew, anti-Jew is what I mean, right? Guy, that's the king of all of that. So, that's him. And Kanye's infatuation with him, I still don't believe has anything to do with Hitler's ideology per se, more so Hitler's the influence that Hitler had. Now, it might seem like I'm defending Kanye, but again, I'm just calling it how I see it. I don't know for a fact. I could be wrong. It could simply just mean Kanye actually is an anti-Semite, right? Or anti-Jew. And then by all means, I'll be the first one to say, hey, this nigga anti-Semitic, y'all. But another reason as to why you should hate his ass. But, on top of being anti-black. But, I think it's the same reason as to why he loves Trump. It's the same reason why he loves Jesus. He doesn't worship Jesus because he's a staunch Christian. He worships Jesus because of the devout followers Jesus had, even though there were 12 of them. Because of the influence Jesus has on a number of our lives in general, right? The emotion people get when they bring up the name or they hear the name Jesus Christ or when they think about Jesus Christ in their life. Kanye's narcissistic behind, he sees that and he sees that influence as power. Now, Adolf Hitler, a guy who had devout followers, blind followers, people who worshipped his word, people who did anything he said, people who, just worshiped dude in general, right? Kanye wants that. Kanye has that, unfortunately, but he wants that. And I think that is his infatuation, is his infatuation with the king of anti-Semitism, Adolf Hitler. It's because he wants that type of attention. He wants that because he's a narcissist, On top of him being an attention whore, which many narcissists are anyway, but, on top of him being an anti-black attention whore, he's a narcissist. And he wants that type of love and attention. So that's the addition that I had to say about that. I'm gone this time for real. Hit that subscribe and all that. Until next time, until next video, all of that good stuff. All right, peace.